According to reports, the organized private sector has accepted 60,000 naira as minimum wage to be paid by the federal government. And we are now looking at the issues around this, even as we have the Director General, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Segun Ajayi Kadiri, who actually joins us from Abuja, Nigeria's capital, to talk about this. Thank you so much, Segun. I want to believe that you can hear me now.
Better now.
Okay, so we see that the organized private sector, which you actually represent, has agreed to 60,000 naira as minimum wage. Now, this seems to be a far cry from what Labour is asking for. What do you think about this? Is it a fair value in terms of what has been asked for and what the NLC is demanding?
Yeah, so thank you for having an issue that is topical at this time to the survival of our economy. Like you rightly said, so which is comprised of NECA, NASMI organizations that represented the organized private sector in the tripartite, the minimum wage. And by tripartite, I mean government sector. And indeed, to negotiate and agree on a be acceptable to all parties will be so. And at the end of the day, we'll be able to guarantee that we have an agreement on what the Nigeria will earn. Because there is no employer that to pay less than that figure. I think it is critical for talking of a minimum wage, not a living wage, other than the minimum that an average Nigerian, that who shows up at work in the career or of the profession or in that environment or working environment less than that figure. So yes, what you have said is right. The organized private sector, 60,000 naira per month on the labor has organized, like you said, a negotiation is supposed to be is to discuss until we all agree that is acceptable to the tripartite, to the three of us.
Segun Kadiri, it's quite hard getting a hang of things you've said a couple of minutes ago because reception is quite erratic from your end. But then making sense of what you've said, I'd like to get more clarification, most especially knowing the difference between what a living wage is and what a minimum wage is. Maybe if we start from there, then people can begin to have an understanding of what they're demanding for and how right these demands or how feasible these demands can actually come to bear. I'd like you to just expatiate on that. A minimum wage, a living wage. What is the difference?
Okay, so the minimum wage, and I'll try everybody will understand. So the minimum wage, let me use salary that you pay somebody for the first time in a paid employment. The cleaner, the clerk at level 1. So that is the wage that you cannot pay below wage. What it should normally mean, and in the best of explanation that one can give, is a wage that would allow you to take care of the essentials: food, the clothing, the house, the school fees, and so on and so forth. And in the world where a living wage is paid. So if we ask you, for instance, what your living from that of the other person that is on the same cadre, even because you might have a wife and 2 children, the fellow who is sitting next to you, 4 children. The other person may have 2 wives. Each becomes a moving target.
Kadri, would have loved to take this conversation beyond what it is right now and get your responses as regards what our reporter has been able to say on the ground. But this is a particular conversation that we are going to stay on, and definitely we will bring you on board and get more reactions from you. But then we appreciate your presence, your patience and understanding, and what you've been able to contribute so far.